Hey guys, Angry Joe here, and I want to do a Civilization 5 video. I want to do two videos for you because I freaking love this game, and I've been thinking on how exactly to do it because it's such a large game, it's such an epic game that I can't do like a video that's like 5 hours long or a let's play that's like multiple parts unless you guys want that, but I wasn't thinking that was sort of my thing. So what I was wanting to do for you is two pieces of content. One, sort of a tutorial video on how I get started in my games to show you don't be intimidated by Civilization 5. The payoff and the reward is more than worth it to just sort of you know, jump in and see how easy it actually is, because so many things have been improved and it's actually quite intuitive. So what I want to do for the first piece of video is sort of like a tutorial on the early game and how I get set up, and then afterwards the second video, which I've already got half done, is going to be a top 10 moments in Civilization 5 during my gameplay sessions of just basically over 2 games. And that just shows you the strengths of this game and how like emergent storylines happen as you play. Just the way countries react to you and react to each other and send armies, and then you negotiate, and then you're like, get the fuck away from my borders, and then you're like, oh hell no, it's wartime, and just really cool stuff like that. All these little stories happen as you play. So I wanted to show that off in a top 10 video. But let's start with the tutorial video to show you guys do not be intimidated at all by this game. It's very, very simple. So what you want to do is the default mode of play is setup game. So setup game here, you're gonna have 5 choices. You get to pick your civilization. Now there's tons of civilizations to choose from. You can also hit advanced setup down here, which is gonna give you even more in depth. You can add or take away other civilizations. You can tell them specifically what civilizations you want to play against. Say you want to play against America, Poland, Zulus, Brazil, all these different ones. I put in all the new civilizations from the Brave New World pack. You can choose your map type, the size, the difficulty level, what era you want to start in. I like to start in ancient, but for this video we'll speed things up a little bit and go classical. But eventually you can go atomic and information and get like really advanced units and get closer into postmodern type stuff. I just gotta tell you how beautiful the music is to this game, and you'll notice it and you'll hear it as you play the game. That needs to be mentioned, and that what makes playing the game so much nicer. For this game, let's pick the Assyrians. So then your next choice here is your map type. I always pick a single continent for if I want to pick a quicker game. And quicker, I mean 6 to 8 hours of awesome gameplay. I pick Pangaea, which is basically just one large landmass. That way I don't have to, you know, try to send troops across the sea, which is another new thing in the game. You could just literally, troops will, once you reach a certain technology, troops will cross the river just on their own, or oceans on their own. You just move them across the ocean tiles and they'll do it automatically after you have the correct technology. So I recommend you start with one large landmass. I go with a small map, 6 players with 12 city-states. City-states are these basically neutral entities that you can either push around, or you can do missions and quests for, and they start to like you and give you bonuses and give you rewards depending on what type of city-state they are. I usually go with, let's see, just normal difficulty. It's Prince, but you could go all the way up to King, Emperor, Immortal, and Deity. Only the best players in the world will beat this level, and I believe them. But just because I'm going to do a tutorial, I'm going to keep it at Prince so that we don't get overwhelmed, and I can show off some things. And then I do the standard game pace. If you go faster, you'll get great people more often, and things will happen obviously faster. So we'll go with these settings and start the game.
The people bow to your esteemed will, O wise and illustrious King Ashurbanipal of Assyria. Across the world, you are known as both a scholar and a warrior.
So to just begin the journey, it just kind of goes through who you are when you select that particular civilization, and it's interesting history to read. Now you got all these tooltips, and this is what makes the game very easy to play. If you've never played before, don't be intimidated by the game, because these tooltips will take you step by step, and it'll mention something. What is a trade route? Then you click what is a trade route, and then it has like pretty much anything and everything you could possibly want to know. But here we are. We're actually set up in kind of a good area. I like to set up cities on rivers or next to coasts because you get a bonus in food, and food is the most important thing in growing your city. So right away, here's your settler unit. This will establish a city. So you've got to find a city. And you get 2 military units and a worker. Workers basically improve the land and build up your city. So first thing I do is I send my military units off in the distance. Oh, right away we find some awesome things. It's a natural wonder. Congratulations, you've discovered Mount Kaliash, if I got that right. Has increased the happiness. Right away you get a happiness boost, and then if worked, you get 6 basically faith points, and you gain 2 happiness if it's within your borders. And I'm really happy because it seems to be very close to our borders. So let's right away. I don't want to immediately set up a city because we need to look to see where all these luxury resources are. If you hover your mouse over different individual tiles, you'll see a breakdown shows up. This one has incense. So what you're looking for is special, basically luxury things. This is incense, and this is dyes. Some more incense, some more incense. So this is actually, just because I've played the game before, this area here is going to be good for faith-based civilizations, because there is some incense boosts if you start a holy path to building up your faith. So let's go ahead and do that. And what's cool in this game is you can start your own religion. So let's start the Angry Joe religion, which is heresy, but I hope my mom isn't watching. So okay, so right now we'll just go ahead and put that on sleep. What's very simple is that helps you manage your empire is it says a unit needs orders. It wants you to go ahead and give everybody actions before letting you hit the end turn button. At first it's kind of annoying to me, but it's actually quite helpful. Oh, we found another natural wonder. This is an amazing map already. It doesn't happen very often that you even see one natural wonder, and we've seen 2. So we've got the Behringer Crater. It's, again, increased our happiness, but I have no empire yet, so I need to set up my city. I don't get those happiness bonuses right away. But output, if worked, we get 2 gold and 3 science. So this is actually a really good area so far, and I don't know where to set up shop. I think probably setting up shop right here is going to be the way to go, because we're next to the incense, we're next to the dyes, and we're next to the river. Some more incense, and then later on, as our city grows, we'll be able to annex the cattle and the deer, and hopefully reach Mount Kaliash and then the Behringer Crater. So let's go ahead and set up here. Hit next turn after issuing orders. Okay, so go ahead and click this button to found the city. Bam! City founded. Assur is our starting city, and all the cities have themed names appropriate for your faction. So if you are, America, you have Washington, Philadelphia, Boston, cool names like that. Just actual historically appropriate names for your particular civilization. So once you set up your city, you can click on the actual city name, and that will bring up the city screen. And it basically gives you a breakdown in the top left-hand corner of how your city is doing, what it's good at, and what it needs. So the most important thing when you start off a city initially is finding a good spot for it next to luxury resources and building up its food, because food is going to be the quickest way to get the city to grow. Now there's other things like culture that grows your borders, and production, which allows you to build buildings faster, and other things like that. But food is the most important thing. So when you build a city, it's got a little empty space there, and this is for you to build a building. So let's go ahead and choose production and find whatever we want to build first. Now for me, because I play a little bit more militaristic and I want to see what's out there, I start with another warrior so that I am protected against barbarian attacks. And you'll find that the first priority of your civilization is to fend off barbarians who appear and attack you. So another helpful thing that the game does is you see these little icons appear, and it says your advisor has recommended you to construct these and to build them up. So they recommend constructing a plantation here. It will connect luxury resources and increase your empire's happiness. And as you see, there's the happiness total up in the right hand corner. So we have 11 happiness. Just from the difficulty level and from discovering natural wonders. So so eventually the natural wonders, even if you don't have a city set up, will contribute. And then the negativeness, or basically the unhappiness, is coming from the number of population you have and the number of cities you have. So let's bring the workers up to work that tile. Workers, basically sort of your workers and your people or population, like great artists, great musicians, great writers, and generals, great people essentially, can take the same spot as military units. That's the only time you can stack. Stacking is no longer part of the game in Civilization 5. So let's continue exploring with our military units, trying to reveal the map. We can choose a research right away. Research is important, obviously. It's how you advance levels. It's how you basically make your civilization better. So it's very important to pick the correct research paths early on. So I started in an advanced age. You could start from ancient all the way up to, like modern and other ages like that. But I start sort of in this particular age in order to get the game going a little bit faster. So you'll see these little icons next to it. That's basically telling you that your advisor of that particular type is recommending this. So economic wants you to build this, which can harvest fish faster, gives +1 food from coast and ocean tiles. Golly, I guess I'll go with horseback riding. Now, this number here tells you the size of your city. City is very small at the moment. It's just 1. The next number tells you how many turns until you get another higher city level, another citizen being born. And the star indicates this is your capital. This is the city's combat strength when it's defending itself and attacking enemy units that come within range. And then this is what it's building. Everything at a glance, real nice right there. So next turn. Next thing you want to do is adopt a policy. So the game has further modifiers. You pick up a social policy which allows your empire to get bonuses in certain things. I always go with liberty. Liberty is best for civilizations which want rapid expansion, and that's what you want at the beginning of the game. So I always pick liberty. It will provide you 1 culture in every city right away. It unlocks the ability to build pyramids, which is a great wonder, which is helpful. And then it grants a free person once you adopt all the policies there. So we'll go ahead and adopt it. And the first time you open up a social policy, you get one free social policy. So you can hover over again to get tooltips. Republic gives you better production in every city and +5 when constructing. Or we could do citizenship, which makes tile improvement. That's like building farms and those luxury items. That construction rate is increased by 25%, and a worker automatically appears near the capital. That is the most useful one. It gives you more workers right away so that you can get things done faster right away. So I always pick that as well. So bam, there goes, we got a free worker. So I'm going to tell him, come over here. Because he had to cross a river, his turn ends. This one has to come out of that, but as you see, he didn't have to cross a river, so he still has his actions left. So we'll construct a plantation that'll give us +1 gold and connect the luxury resource. Let's take our spearmen and continue exploring. Take these spearmen, continue to explore. I'm surprised we have not run into a barbarian encampment yet or ancient ruins. Early game, it's about finding and discovering and fighting barbarians and finding ancient ruins, which gives you immediate boosts in gold or free technology and things like that. Ah, there we go. Just as I said, ruins discovered. So if you put your military unit on top of it, something will happen. They will discover something. So let's build that plantation. It's going to give us gold. Gold is extremely important in being able to afford more units, being able to afford buildings and that kind of stuff. So crossing a river. We have come across our first city-state. Now city-states are very important. They basically boost your empire if you can get them to like you. Right now they are allied with nobody. They are a maritime based civilization. A befriended, it tells you what it does. So it'll boost your food of your capital when you're friends, and all of your cities when you're allies. So a maritime one is very valuable early game. So we definitely want to get on these guys' good side. Its personality is hostile, so these guys are kind of, they'll make requests for you to capture neighboring city-states more often. So that's kind of interesting and unique. But every city-state has its own personality and missions. And they have some common missions as well. And if you become an ally, you get the sugar luxury resource, which connects to your empire and makes your people happier and stuff. And you're going to need happiness when you expand and create additional cities. So, Biblos. I think that's what that is. Alright, so we'll do next turn. And you can see the different movements here within the blue area. Never trample in a city-state's borders. It will piss them off. Unless you're allies, then they don't care so much. So try to avoid going into their borders. It's annoying because sometimes you can end up in their borders without even knowing it when you're going into the fog of war. So we know they are over there, so let's see what's off in this direction. We found more ancient ruins. So let's discover these ancient ruins. So, you found cultural artifacts, which all your citizens, you'll receive an immediate 20 culture. So that's going to be an awesome boost there. As you can see, I got 70 out of 20. Which should boost our ability to adopt new social policies and get social policies quicker. So, these citizens are still working on their plantations. If you click on them, you can see how long it'll take for those to build. That's 2 turns on that one, 3 turns on that one. And we've got 5 turns left on our additional warrior. Surprisingly, no barbarians yet.
Ja, Kazimierz Wielki, witam cię na ziemiach Wielkiego Królestwa Polskiego.
Yay, it's Poland! So when you meet another civilization's military units, scouts, or their borders, you get greeted by them. And my friend Marobot is from Poland, and Poland's actually where the guys at CD Projekt Red are from The Witcher, so I always like having them in the games. So basically they just say, hey, what's up? What brings you to my glorious kingdom? And you kind of get used to their personalities. So you can hit the trade button, and this is where you can see sort of if you become friendly with them, what you want to be doing is trading luxury resources, which will increase the happiness of both your empires. But for right now, because we are sort of in an advanced age, we have the embassy option. So that basically allows more in-depth communication and diplomacy. It allows open borders and defensive pacts, and it immediately is going to allow us to see the location of his empire. So I'll offer an embassy if he gives me his embassy, and clicking this button here, what will make this deal work, asks them if you need to sweeten the deal with some of your other stuff, but since we both neither have that, let's just hope he accepts, which generally they do. And he did accept. So we will, you could discuss things as well, publicly denounce him, or joint declaration of friendship, etc., etc. And more options will appear as you advance your civilization. So goodbye. See you later, Marobot. So you'll see right away, you can see his capital. There it is, Warsaw, which is the capital of Poland. He's only a level 1. We're still a level 1. So about on track, same thing here. So because he's in close proximity to me, Poland's in close proximity, he could either be somebody that I want to help out and be allies with, or he could be my first military target. You just never know. And it just depends on how he treats me and how he acts. Yeah. Alright, let's discover these ruins. Evidence of recent activity reveals the location of nearby barbarian encampments. Damn, I was hoping for this awesome technology one, which automatically upgrades that unit with like pikemen or gunners or something like that. Like secret ancient technology that aliens left behind or something. It's really cool stuff like that. But it just showed us where the barbarians were, and god darn it, they were in our face anyway. So that's that. And let's talk a little bit about combat now. So early game, like I said, it's important to fight off barbarians and shut down their ability to spawn, because they will spawn from these encampments. All you have to do is select your military unit, hover it over your enemy, and you will see a breakdown of how that battle will go. It'll show you the modifiers, it'll show you strength versus their defense, and in this one, if I were to attack them now, I would kill almost all of their units, bringing them down to red, and it would be called a major victory. But I don't have any movement points yet, so we'll have to do that later. God, there's some elephants, there's some horses, and some more incense, freaking cattle over here. This is a very rich area. And so is this. You got deer, cattle, horses over there. Lots of good stuff everywhere. I'm really liking the way this map is turning out. So we boosted our culture. We get to select another policy right away. So here we have a little bit of a choice. I always go with this choice right here, which gives you 1+ happiness for each city you own that is connected to your capital. And since it's important to create a second city sometime very soon, and creating more cities will lower your happiness, I gotta choose this to get any bonuses to happiness at the beginning of the game. You want to start creating your second city perhaps at level 3, maybe 2 or 3, depending on how things are going. So there's a barbarian encampment. Oh, that showed us another barbarian encampment. So okay, the going to that ruins actually discovered that particular one. So Byblos probably wants us soon, the quests here, to start defending them against these barbarians that will spawn, and that's how we'll get on their good side. So I'm gonna go this way to sort of reveal more of the border between us and Warsaw. Looks like our workers are done. Let's come over here and construct a plantation to give us another luxury resource. Our happiness is through the roof. I think we're probably the happiest people right now. And let's freaking do battle with these barbarians. I love the combat animations, even in multiplayer, which is now a thing. So you can do that in multiplayer. Obviously, it was an archer unit, and he just got his ass whooped because archers versus spearmen, they got no chance. You want to keep them at a distance. Alrighty then. 3 turns till we get our additional military unit. A single guy. Oh, you motherfucker, you're dead now. Get a small gold boost every time you destroy a barbarian encampment. Alright, so because our city is young and it needs food. It definitely needs food. Let's click on the city. It only has 2 food. Nope, we need to boost that up as much as possible to support higher level cities. So let's build a farm here. And that's why it's recommending that you build a farm with that little icon. Alright, let's discover these ruins. See what we get. You found survivors in the lost ruins. Or survivors lost in the ruins. In gratitude, they settle in your cities, increase its population. So, we're at 2. I think we had a few turns left, but it automatically brought it to 2. So, unit promotion. This is another very cool thing about the game, and lends well to emergent storylines. You can start to get veteran units and units that you care about keeping alive because they are so boosted in various things. So, you know, you can either heal the unit instantly, which is mostly a waste because your units will heal themselves within your borders faster or just anywhere kind of slowly by clicking this button to heal your unit. But there's drill where they do better in rough terrain, hills, forests, things like that, or shock troops where they do better out in the open. This looks like there's a lot of open space, so we'll choose shock troops. Let's discover these ruins. 100 gold immediate boost. Okay, there's a very clear path between us and Warsaw. That's good to know. We're about to get our warrior. Ah, we found iron. So iron is very important later on in the game when you start building like knights and things like that. So we got to keep in mind where essential resources like that are. So I'm definitely going to need to get a city here because look at all of these goodies all around. You've got, this is literally one of the best freaking city areas I've seen. Sheep, ivory, iron, cattle, incense, horses, everything here. So what we want to do is we want to bring our military units over here and sort of just hawk this area and make sure that nobody puts us a new city here. And I will attack them. If Warsaw tries to bring over and you see them bringing over a settlement or, you know, the unit that builds the city, I will attack it. I will go to war because that is my area now. So I hope everything is making sense to you guys so far. Just sort of in review real quick, you want to find the best place for your city with the most luxury resources around it. Food, very important early to grow your city. You want to find a new spot that has a ton of luxury resources around you early and then basically defend it, clear barbarians, don't let anybody else claim it. And soon, very important, is a new mechanic in Brave New World, trade. You'll need these trade caravans which increase your money and happiness and things like that. So trade is very important and that's going to come into play very soon here. So as you can see, our city is now able to build something new. So let's choose production. So the next thing you want to build is the science advisor is recommending we build the caravan, and the trade basically establishes those trade routes between two civilizations. It's going to give you gold. It can also be used to deliver food or production to your own other cities. So say your capital is getting bigger and it's getting more established, and you start a small city, you know, where they start at 1 and they're starving and they don't have a whole lot of food. You can actually establish a trade route so that you send them boosts to their food, which is extremely helpful, and not a lot of people do that, but they should. So obviously building a caravan would be extremely valuable here. Workers, not so much. We already got 2 workers. Settler, we may want to start considering that very soon so that we can get that settler over here, and it does take a long time to get him. It's 18 turns. Or we can start improving this city even more. And I don't think you want to do that yet, because right now we are in rapid expansion mode. So with rapid expansion mode, guys, it's either going to be between the caravan and the settler. I'm going to go ahead and choose the settler, so that we'll be good to go with our second city and sort of get a jump on everybody else. So next turn.
Eu sou Pedro, imperador do Brasil. Tenho pouco tempo para gracejos. O que o traz aqui?
I am Pedro, Emperor of Brazil. I have little time for pleasantries. What brings you here? What a jerk. Do not talk to me that way, Santa, Grandpa, okay? You know who you're messing with? I'm Angry Joe! Man, I would be the worst diplomat. Alright, so let's go ahead and we don't declare war just because he talked to us wrong. He's got a nice little office here. Let's trade. And let's see. Oh, he's got some luxury resources. So, he's got marble. We don't have any marble, but we have incense. So, if I say, hey, I want your marble, what do you want for this? He's probably going to say nothing, because we haven't really established relationships. He probably doesn't want to do business with us. Yeah, he's like,
Nós recusamos.
no, I can't. I don't know Portuguese. There is no way to make this work. Damn it. All right, fine. Screw you. Let's do accept embassy. Will you accept that?
Claro.
Claro. Okay, that deal will work. So at least we get to see where his capital is. So already, I don't like the way Brazil has treated us. I don't have time for you. What do you want? I will break you. I don't know why they turned into Russians. And you better, hey, you better stay away from my plot of land, okay? This is mine, and you know they got units around it, and their city's very close to it. Warsaw might want it too. This is gonna be some hotly contested areas. So let me get up on this hill, which can increase your view here, and we can see a little bit more. So I'm glad that we went with that settler. That's good. Let's continue moving this up. Oh, we got some ruins there. Going in the direction of the encampment. Next turn. This is the part that gets so addicting. The next turn, you just want to hit the next turn and see what happens. What's gonna happen with this plot of land? Am I gonna have to fight Brazil and Poland over it, or are they gonna be cool and leave me alone? Let's go a little bit further this way. Unit needs orders. Where? Just click on it and it'll show you where. Ah, here's some bananas. Bananas next to Brazil. More bananas. Banana. Ancient ruins, what are we gonna get? More culture. So, okay, another important thing early is once you get past sort of the expansion phase, then you need to sort of specialize your cities. And you can specialize your cities in faith, culture, production, earning gold, or, you know, getting science faster to advance in the ages faster. So that's the thing that we'll have to choose eventually. Because we're getting so much culture, it kind of feels like maybe we should do some culture-based stuff, like getting some great artists, great musicians, great writers, so that we can go for that cultural victory. But remember, there was a lot of incense next to us, so we might also want to consider being among the first to create a new religion, which is another new thing. Now, that was in the previous expansion, but it's also in this one, and they have added things to it. So initially your religion, as you earn faith points, you can establish your own religion, but only 4 religions can be founded, and it's based on the number of civilizations. I think it's like 2 less. So you can be left out of founding your own religion, and we don't want to be left out of that because we want to start our own religion and something for the Angry Army. So we got to start developing faith points and soon. We might want to explore that mountain over there or something so we can get that faith. Okay, they're done building that farm. What's the next thing they recommend? Recommend that plantation right there. So let's do that. And if you give units orders, like I can, look, see, that'll take 10 turns to get over there. And you can do that so that you don't have to constantly give units step by step. Alright, good. It's going to be a little bit harder battle because they're not spearmen. They're just normal warriors, but we could take them. And that barbarian encampment's sort of close to our capital, so we don't like that. Oh, we got some Polish spearmen. They better just be exploring. Found some more iron. Gotta keep that in mind. Any missions from them? No quests. Odd. Usually these guys will be giving you quests. Oh crap! They just spawned more units. And minor defeat. This is no good. This is no good. They're gonna need some help over there. And do we have any military units nearby? Yes, this one. Let's start to have them come down and help. Let's park them a little bit further away so we don't get hit by arrows. The archers have a range of 2. Build a plantation, connect incense, and give us more gold. We're probably neglecting our food, which is kind of not good in the capital. Food is kind of more important at a certain point. I'm going hardcore with these luxury resources. Yep, see, because next thing is a farm. So let's get the farms going, guys. Farms are probably a little bit more important than luxury resources. So as long as you got your city down, you know that them luxuries are going to come in. Yeah, these guys, he's chasing me down here. Not good. We're not going to be able to get back up anytime soon. Ooh, salt. Let's let's go ahead and retreat here so that we can show you that the city can actually participate in battles as well. So here they are definitely chasing us down. Another maritime city-state. I was hoping for something different, like a faith-based one, because they give you automatic faith. The Maritimes, you're the first great empire they've met, so they give you 30 gold. Construct that farm. Next turn. See, things are starting to move quicker now. You're hitting that next turn button quicker and quicker. So their borders are kind of blocking us off from things here, and it sort of looks like that's the end of the map. Let's keep these guys away from our workers. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Do it, do it, do it.
A horse. A horse.
Technology done. These mountains are impassable. Let's do another farm over here. And minor victory. Let's tell them, hey, we ain't messing around here. You're fighting across the river. Heavy casualties on both sides. Just giving them a little warning. Stay the fuck away from my city, jerk. I ain't playing with you. Oh, you son of a bitch. They came in. Now, this will show you that cities can fire. If they come within range, which is 2, you can click on this and have the city conduct bombardment. Perfect. Walk straight into my trap here. And finish them off. The bad thing about these barbarians is they can come in and start pillaging your tiles, basically destroying this plantation if you give them a chance. They can come in and basically wreck all your shit, which is never good. Oops. Damn it. They were working on a freaking farm and I moved them and they stopped working on the farm. My fault. Dang it. Gotta pay attention. Alright, so they're surrounded by mountains. They're not going anywhere with that. Let's turn them around. Oh, we got our settler. Hey yo, get out of the way. Still in range, gonna pick him off. And another farm, 2 farms. And choose production. Okay, so now that we've got our settler going, we don't need another city now. 2 cities is enough early game at such a low level. We can start improving this city, working on some great wonders, which will allow great people to show up, or start establishing a caravan. And that's what we want to do, because we could start trading with, you know, Brazil, Poland, or these different city-states. So definitely want to do caravan next. Trade routes, very important to set up early as soon as you can. So promotion, unit promotion. Let's do shock troops again. And here is basically how to heal them. They heal faster in your borders, so go ahead and put them within your borders, and then press this button here. They'll heal at double the rate. So now the settler is saying, hey, let's go out and settle. They are offering, they recommend you build here, but I don't like those recommendations. I'm gonna build right here in the middle of the desert just to grab up all these luxury resources, and I will supplement food from our capital over there. So let's get ready to move them out with their protection. Always protect these types of civilian units, because all it takes is for an enemy to walk on them and they become captured. And it sort of looks like somebody's borders. So we may meet another civilization soon. Oh, the motherfucker discovered it before I did, and guess what he did? He got the one that I wanted, the advanced technology, motherfucker! So now they're equipped, they're fucking pikemen, you jerk. Oh, you pissed me off. Some more iron. Ooh, gems over there.
Ne Chief Pocatello. Inaen Hanibidena. Ne Wasogo Bahandi.
Brings you to the lens of my people. Pocatello. So we got the Indians very close by. Let's go ahead and open up some embassies. See what kind of luxuries they have. They have gems. I like gems. What do you want for gems?
K.
Nope. You don't want to do nothing? No? Alright, jerks.
K.
Okay? Well then give them to me.
Ha Mek.
Ah, Mick. It's kind of cool to, because they all talk in their own languages. Damn, their borders are pretty large for such an early city. They're sort of spreading their culture pretty fast there. I guess our borders are growing too, so. Alrighty. Things are moving right along. Let's have our warriors, even though they're hurt, move as escorts to set up that new city. Hopefully we don't run into any enemies. Oh, god damn it! Was I hoping that we wouldn't run into these those barbarians? So if these barbarians wanted, they can turn around and come capture, and our freaking settlers are not in a good position. Damn it. Not good, not good. Let's see what they'll do. These are so valuable. No! Oh, get away from us. Run! Oh, you son of a fucking bitch. It seems like barbarians will appear with more frequency once you have settlers moving around on the map. And now we are freaking surrounded. I am nervous as hell. So I'm gonna plop my freaking military unit. It's hurt. So, this is our first major crisis of our civilization here. Oh, shit. Hold the line! Single column! Single column! Alright, let's build another farm. These guys have nothing to do, so we can go ahead and put them to sleep. We have got to get these settlers out of here ASAP. These guys are gonna have to take the brunt of the military attack. We'll keep them in the rear, fortify them, and we gotta get these guys up there quickly. But we can't let these barbarians hang around. So prepare for battle, and prepare for battle over there. Run, 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 run! Damn you! Damn you! Oh no!
No! Hold your line!
Ah, world's most progressive people. Aww. So obviously I'm not doing all that well, and in the technology area, and we have been sort of neglecting technology. Science points up here, so that makes sense. So maybe I'm not the best teacher, but hey, what are you gonna do? Leave a comment on what I'm doing wrong and how you know how to play a lot better than me. Take him down. Yeah, fuck him up. See, early game it's all about barbarians. Then later on it gets real fun when it goes civilization on civilization battles. Those are always good. So we'll go until I establish that second city there. Do a little stronghold. Son of a bitch! Right before I was able to destroy this, they spawned another one. Now it's destroyed. Alright, sleep the settlers, which basically means it'll remain inactive. And, well, no, let's get them safer. And let's get them within our borders as well. Minor victory. Nah. Let's bring everything we have over here to support our new city construction, because we're starting to fall behind now. Spearmen are good against horsemen, even though we're taking heavy casualties. I'm hoping that our unit will be promoted, and then we can start to get the advantage. Next turn, fortify, heal yourself within the borders. And you'll see the little number come up, it'll give you 20.
Mathematics is the gate and key to
Mathematics, good. Unit promotion, yeah, here we go. So, they are in tundra. Does tundra count as rough terrains? Hill, forest, or jungle? No. So, shock troops. And continue attacking them. Now things are moving right along. Now it's saying, what else do you want? What else do you want? So let's start improving our capital. So a water mill is real good because it gives you both food and production, but it must be near a river, and so that's why I built the river. Or you can get a granary, which will help you just with food +2. And then it allows food to be moved from this city along trade routes. So that's going to be important when we set up our new city. So really, either one of these is good. Because the water mill costs 2 to maintain, 2 gold every turn, versus just 1 gold on the maintenance over here. We'll go with the granary first. Because we only have +2. Now we'd go down to +1 or whatnot. To support it. Actually, it's probably at 3, but whatever. Okay, so now we get to see the caravans. So in later expansions, caravans are actually shown instead of just magical trade routes. They are shown in person, and they can be raided. You need to protect them, and I think they're pretty cool. So click on this button to establish a trade route. It opens up all the civilizations who are receptive to having trade. Right now, Warsaw, and it's probably just because of Warsaw being located close to us, relatively close, because initially these caravans have a range, and that range gets upgraded as you advance in technology. So Byblos and Warsaw are the 2 ones that we could trade with. They'll give us 3 gold per turn, and Byblos will give us 2 gold per turn. So we'll definitely click Warsaw, start trading with them, and you see our caravan starts to take off in that direction. So if barbarian encampments pop up here, you need to protect them. Go and eliminate those barbarians. Next turn, our city went up to 4, still behind Warsaw, but we're holding our own. Okay, so where do we put that? Well, they recommend here. Nah, we've got incense, everything within 1 space. So you got sheep within 1 space, ivory within 1 space, which are both resources that we don't have. Then later on, we can get horses, more incense, and eventually reach out to the iron. So yeah, this hill seems like a good spot for it. So we'll go ahead and do it, and that way, when we set up shop, these barbarians can't come capture our settlers. 9V, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce it. But now, let us defend our territory. We are gonna take a defeat, but because we are near our borders, we can retreat, heal up, and come back. Choose production. So, for very, very early cities like this, you want to just start on improvements to the city and start building up some farms with workers. So this will give us +2 food. Definitely want it. The luxury resource. Let's go in there. Damn, it's getting tight. This would be another major defeat, so I'm gonna bring them over here. I'm gonna start healing them up. Whoa! Your habit of claiming every bit of land you've spotted has not gone unnoticed. I advise you to discontinue this. We can either say, our apologies, we'll refrain from settling near you in the future. Or we could say, we'll set our lands where we please. And I think you guys know which one I want to pick. Now, if this stuff actually matters, because look, he's friendly to us. So he'll believe us, well, maybe. Basically, if you tell him we apologize, we'll refrain from settling near him in the future, and you go and settle another city in his area, it will piss him off even more. It will make him more likely to attack you, less likely to trade with you. This does matter. Or we'll settle what lands we please, which will piss him off immediately. And because we do have a trade route set up with him, let's just go ahead and sort of appease him now, even though I normally would tell him fuck off. We'll say our apologies, we'll refrain from settling near you in the future. Excellent. I hope that we can continue to find common ground. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Finding common ground. Goodbye, King. Whoop. Brazil didn't like me grabbing that city either. So basically, you know, I told you that was prime real estate. I told you guys. So that was our goal for this little video, is how to expand your empire quickly, how to find and locate prime real estate, and how to get that shit going. So these guys are neutral, and we'll be apologetic to them too, because I can expand in the other direction. Now that I've got this particular city. But like I said, we establish a trade route, very important. We know how to build up cities fast with food and finding the appropriate locations through luxury resources. So now, once this trade route ends, because trade routes have like certain turns where then you have to it gives you an option to redirect the trade route. I will redirect that trade route to start supplying my smaller city with food from my larger city, because the gold boost is a little less important right now than getting this city up to par and growing faster. So that's what I will do. Great People is another new mechanic, and it basically builds up your culture. Culture is now a mini game in and of itself, whereas before it was kind of a boring way to try to win civilization without doing any battle for those who enjoy just protecting their borders and not going to war all the time. Now there is a really in-depth mini game centered around culture and building up artists, building up great works. Like Scott Fitzgerald will create books, The Great Gatsby, and then artists will create paintings, which you can then put on display and generate tourism. And tourism will basically be sort of your offensive culture against other civilizations. See, you got these great works. Poland is willing to swap this particular work, the Blue Boy. So Poland and the Shoshone have already created some great works, boosting their culture, tourism by 2 there. And when you have, I think it's when you have more culture than the other civilizations combined, then I think that you start to win and getting close to the actual number required for cultural victory. Let's make sure that our people are remaining happy, so let's build a circus. We're already at 10, but I want to keep that high. Rather. Okay, so I'm at 10. This is going to allow me to choose my first pantheon. Let's do the research first. Engineering. Aqueducts. An additional trade route. That sounds good. Trade routes, super awesome, super important. Alright, so the pantheon. Here we go. So this is the early beginnings of our religion. And you can go through a huge list here that gives you different bonuses. Now remember, I said at the beginning of the game, we have a ton of incense. We have 1 incense over here, 2, 3, 4 incenses. So I think that there was something around here that gives you bonuses to incense. Yeah, fertility rates, 10% faster food growth rates. That's good. Another good one is 30% increase in your city's ranged combat strength. I usually go with Goddess of Protection or Goddess of Love, which is happiness from cities with population 6+, which would be your capital city and other cities. There it is. +1 culture and +1 faith for each wine and incense. And look, I've got basically, what, four incenses? So we'd be getting +4 faith for every incense. Goddess of festivals. Oh, hell yeah. My people have festivals all the damn time. We're definitely going with that one. What's our religion at? Let's see, our faith is at +2. Let's do this. And now it's at +5 every turn. So we need 200 faith minimum required for us to generate a great prophet. And the great prophet is one of those great people. The very first great prophet that you get, you can expend to create your own religion. And that's what I'm aiming to try to do. But we're getting 5 every single turn, so it's going to take us quite a bit to get there. Alright, let's start. Let's start on one of these wonders. We definitely need a wonder before we can't have them no more. So let's grab the pyramids, which is going to give us an extra worker when it's done. Or it gives us an extra worker right now. Slaves.
You made an instance. This life of man.
Ah, that was the technology that I needed to get into the next era. So I probably shouldn't have been screwing around so long on it. But because we're not in battle, not a huge deal. Our units weren't necessarily being outmatched. Farms next to rivers and lakes, most definitely I have a bunch of those, so we have to go with civil service next. So as you see, the decisions are very easy. They start to so as long as you hover your mouse over the tooltips, they start to happen on their own. Very obvious what the next step is, so do not be scared off by this. This is really rewarding gameplay. Emergent storylines, it starts to get real fun when entire civilizations clash and it's all out war. Let's try to see where those are coming from. We'll use our new embarking ability. You kept your expansion promise. It's been many years since your promise to not settle near Poland. You may consider that promise to be fulfilled. So Poland is going to be friendlier to us, more receptive, because we kept our promise not to expand their borders. Same thing with Brazil. So if we go to our diplomacy screen here, they should be, neutral or friendly, which they're neutral. Oh, Poland is guarded. They covet lands that you currently own. So you can see what is influencing them right now. So they definitely want some lands. They want to expand, but they see that they're kind of being cut off by me. 9 and 2. They're getting pretty powerful here. 8 and 5. They probably want this city. So I better start thinking about putting more defenses on that city and prepare for possible war with Poland. Whoop whoop. Happiness up. Gold. Found another natural wonder. These are cool. Ooh, lots of shininess. Okay, I skipped ahead for you guys. You can see our religion is at 195 with +8. We should be able to generate a great prophet next turn and start our own religion. Oh yeah. There he is. A great prophet has been born in our capital. Let's go check him out. So here he is. You can hardly see him because he's stuck in the city. And here's the button. Found a religion. This order will consume the great prophet and it will result in the creation of a new religion. So let's do it. Finish off our battles. That'll give us more culture. And here it is, founder religion. So, because we are the first one, we're the first one, we get our chance to pick any of the major religions. So we can pick Buddhism, which will, you select your founder beliefs here, which are the bonuses. Pretty much all of the major religions up here. Or, what I find is much more fun, we can create our own religion. So, which looks like a cool symbol for us to use. I think it's either going to be this symbol or this symbol, Confucianism. Let's do that. So we'll enter in a new name, and we will call it, what should we call it? The Angry One. We will fit. Yep. You shall worship the Angry One. Founder belief. So go ahead and you pick your bonuses. So do we believe in ceremonial burials? It'll give us global happiness for every 2 cities following this religion. Let us do 2 gold for each city following church property. And then we get another belief. This one has different things. Shrines provide +1 happiness in cities with 3 followers. World wonder. Production, faith, to purchase pre-industrial land units. That's pretty awesome. Holy warriors, that's cool. And because we are generating faith fairly fast, we could have a double military growth because we're not having to use gold and other things. We can use faith to automatically generate them, but you still have to pay the maintenance cost. So. Peace gardens. We'll have to call them angry gardens. Gardens provide +2 happiness in cities. And gardens are fairly easy and quick to make. Well, when our empire grows and we start to do hostile takeovers of other cities, our unhappiness is going to go through the roof. So we need to do happiness-based things. And since pagodas give you faith, culture, and happiness, in addition to just happiness, we'll go with pagodas. Found religion. Are you sure you wish to found the Angry One? Yes. Religion founded. You have founded the new religion, Angry One, in the holy city of Azure. So there's a little symbol. We have 6 followers of the Angry One and 2 of the old religion. And now every time I generate basically a great prophet, the next great prophet is a little bit more expensive, 100 more expensive with 300 points. Then I can then take him and then send him off to other cities and spread my religion there. So yeah, really fun. Okay guys, that is enough because this could last for hours and hours and hours, as often these games do. But as you can tell, I really love Civilization 5, and I think that the Brave New World adds so many new awesome things to it. It adds an updated culture system, so culture is just as fun a path to victory as military is. It updates diplomacy with more enhanced relations with these city-states, with individual quests and bonuses associated with that. It establishes these international trade routes, which was sorely needed in the previous games. Visuals, so that you can raid these, cut these off. They're negatives for going to war with these countries. You want to keep your trade routes, that's like a between US and China kind of thing going on. There are 9 new civilizations, all that have really cool new abilities and new units. What else? There's some scenarios. Now the scenarios are a little bit disappointing. There's a Civil War scenario, and a lot of it is just a little bit too simplistic because you don't have the full game experience. It's almost just complete war in the Civil War one. There's a African one that is awesome. It is huge, and that one would take you, like weeks. And I think there's another scenario, or no, that's actually the Civil War in the African one. There's some technology changes, some miscellaneous changes here and there, obviously the new units, and all sorts of really great stuff. Later on, you can start creating freaking great musicians, which appear, these little rock and roll bands. You see the guy with the microphone and an electric guitar, and you can send them to other cities without them being able to do anything about it, and spread the rock and roll and heavy metal. Oh god, it's just so awesome. And then later on in late technology, you can create XCOM units. So fucking, if you love strategy games, but you have always been apprehensive about trying Civilization 5 because it looks complicated, I hope this video has changed your mind and shown you how easy and intuitive everything is. There's tool tips for everything, guys, and I really enjoy this game. Had Civilization 5 come out, and if you guys haven't seen my review, I'll link it. Had it come out with both of these expansions, the whole Civilization 5 experience at this point is a 10 out of 10. It's a legendary experience right now if you're playing Civilization 5 with both of these expansions. Really, you actually only need the Brave New World expansion. You're only because the Brave New World carries over all of the things that were in the first expansion, Gods. You can only get that one if you want the extra civilizations, because I think there's 8 new civilizations that are exclusive to that one. Stuff like Korea, they have some really cool rocket units. I recommend getting them all, but really, if you want, you could just do Civilization 5 and the Brave New World. So I hope you've enjoyed this. This was the tutorial video. I'm going to do one more video content, all of the best moments from my just 2 games that I've played. I've already have the top 5 moments, you know, stuff like, well, I don't want to ruin any of it, so I will keep that for the top 10 video, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show.
The